Hey everybody, welcome back or welcome to Jimmy's Neighborhood Bees. I'm Jimmy and we keep our bees. I'm outside right now in our regular suburban neighborhood, uh, you know, in Central Virginia. Anyway, I'm standing outside of what turned into my bee shed. Uh, it used to be just the outdoor shed. It had the lawn mowers, the weed eaters, leaf blower, chainsaw, that kind of stuff. But anything to deal with the outside of the house, lawn care, that kind of stuff. Used to be chickens because we used to keep chickens. We don't anymore. Chicken shed used to be right there. Some of you might have seen the old video where we had the chicken coop there, but it's not there anymore. I gave it to my neighbor's sister. Anyway, now, so I had chicken stuff in there. I had hummingbird. I still do the hummingbird stuff. So we take that out every season. Anyway, I'm going to read the fortune outside here because this is where I'm at. Let me see if I can sit you guys down here for a sec. There we go. Okay. Right now we have 6 colonies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, because I still have not rehived the swarm that I caught. The second swarm. I've caught 2 swarms this year. I was only going to stop at 1. However, anyway, I got a random cat running in the neighborhood. Anyway, never seen that one. Anyway, let me read the fortune for today and then get started with what today's video. It is the fortune for today. Avert misunderstanding by calm, poise, and balance. Okay. We need a lot of that nowadays. Anyway, for these fortunes, fortune cookie wisdom, words to live by. Anyway, we'll put that in here. Today's video is, I think I finally finished my daughter's Long Hive. I've been working on this thing. There's no plans. I just come up with ideas in my head and I try them out. They work, they work. If they don't, then I start over or whatever. It's wasteful, I know. Sometimes it's just the way I do things, or sometimes when you make a mistake, it's kind of like Bob Ross. You don't make a mistake, you just have happy accidents. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm gonna give you a tour of this hive. It's a long Langstroth hive, modified to fit my XL frames. So I'm gonna call it the hybrid frame or hive. Hybrid, whatever. I don't even know what I'm gonna call it, but it's going up to West Virginia. And it's gonna be in my daughter's yard. And the past couple of days, I've been thinking she needs 2 hives, because you want one, and if you have an issue, I don't wanna have to bring replacements from here to up there. I want to have replacements right there. So she doesn't know it yet, but she's going to get 2 hives, whether they are this year or next year, but she'll have 2. Anyway, so I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to give you a walkthrough of what I did and what I built. I did not video building any of this hive because it was stop and start, do other things. I've had other projects go on while this was being built, and then sometimes I just didn't know what to do. So I gave it a few days to go through and think about things before I came back out. So without further ado, let me introduce you to, and I have no clue what to call it. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think it might be called. Anyway, let me show you what I did. Okay, let me introduce you to my daughter's hive for West Virginia. Yeah, I know, it's over the top, but that's what I do. I see a couple of ants. I got some ant management to do on here. Anyway, let's go along at the outside. It's deep enough here for my XL frames. However, this side is the honey side, and I'll show you that. A lot of this stuff is just decoration, has no purpose. The doors, that's decoration. Handle for moving. That door has no purpose. This door has no purpose. However, This is the entrance. It has a hive gate in it, and it has the little sun visor here and a porch here. Let's see if you can see it. These windows are actually the hinges to open the hive. Okay, and this is the other side, basically the same as the first side. That door has no purpose. This has no purpose. However, there is a bee escape here. So if bees get trapped inside, they can make their way out. I think I'm getting ready to get a delivery. I put heavy duty chain, and then this is the back of it. It has these clasps that I can lock up, and these have no purpose, just decoration. I may put another door back here, don't know. This black knob is for my, let's see, well, unscrew, but it's oxalic acid vaporization. All it is a screw knob with a 1/4-20. Put a little tape to make it tight, but it fits in there. Underneath there is a tray. I'll use diatomaceous earth. I'm not putting oil in her tray. So the bottom does have it. This fits tight up against here underneath. So it's no ventilation as long as the tray is in. As long as the tray is in place, there's no ventilation. So that's it. The white things here on the side, I had these in the house when my grandkids were young. We put them on the corners of the drywall because they were running into the drywall. So it's PVC. I had like 2 left over, so I just cut them up and used them. It's not gonna rot, rust, or anything. Let's get to the good stuff inside. Okay, I don't know if you guys are ready for this, but here goes. It's alrighty. We're gonna open this up. The top, I did the little burn trick with my little flame thing, just to burn the wood. However, this white piece here is PVC, like the 1x6 PVC or 1x3 cut down, because there was a cavity that I filled with foam in there. The little hole for the bee escape is there. I may widen it a little bit, however, but carriage bolts through here, Reflectex as a gasket all the way around, or double bubble Reflectex, whatever. The other day we had, I'm getting ahead of myself. The other day we had 3 inches of rain overnight or whatever, and this stayed outside as it's configured, and it was bone dry on the inside. Anyway, as I'm standing in the back of the hive, this side is my brood side. So this will be where the XL frames live. Those of you who know, this is the Be Smart insulated inner cover. It fits perfectly, no problem. I put a little screw here so I can pull this up. So I have, the top is deep enough to put a 3-season feeder, water feeder. I can put a bucket on here, a 2-gallon bucket feeder. I can obviously put Hive Alive fondant patty on there, and it's room inside for up to 12 of my XL frames. So now I'm gonna open this up, but hold on, I'm gonna go get the divider boards that I built. Okay, I went and got some props just to show you how it's gonna work. But you can see here, there's 2 of the XL divider boards, 1 of the honey frame or honey section divider boards, and then empty frame so I can show you how it works. Okay, let's see, you lift this off, and obviously, you know, Be Smart cover. We'll sit that there. Inside, the blue thing is the hive gate, and it's number 8 wire mesh down here, so the bees can't get through, however, but they can chase beetles and stuff. And again, the tray underneath is for diatomaceous earth. It's made out of 2x12s, two of them, 2x12, 2x12. And I cut a groove in between and put a spline so there's no way the air can pass through. Anyway, that's what I did. So the XL frames go from here all the way to the wall, but I'll have one of the here. That's a divider board, so technically, you know, if I need to, I can put it right up against the entrance and put the other one right up against the entrance. And then if I only had one or two frames, I could even do that. However, you know, that's not realistic. You can have more than two frames. So the way I built these, the way I built the divider boards, I notched out so that it will fit snug. The bees can't come up and over. It's just notched out underneath here. Notched out. So I will be able to put up to 12 XL frames. And with the Bee Smart cover, I can limit the bees to just that section. So however many I'm gonna have, I'll probably put that swarm, the second swarm that I caught, in this hive. So that'll be at least 5 or maybe even 6 frames. So plenty of space for the bees to expand. Once they expand enough, I can remove this second board here. Oh, I'm forgetting one of the good parts. Here, I built this so that you can see the honey production. This is excuse me, 1/4 inch Lexan that I just made a frame, and I wrote on it because, you know, front, back, even though it'll fit either way, backwards, frontwards, it doesn't matter. But so if I don't want the words showing, you know, obviously. However, I have that so that I can technically open the lid. The Bee Smart cover would be here, no bees will get out. And if there's honey production going on, I can see it. So I'll have the board here so bees can't get through. There's a little bit of space at the bottom, and I may put a little feathering, a little strip underneath there if the bees go through. And I may not, I don't know. But however, I can move this over, put that up here for a sec. And now let's say we're gonna start, let's start with a flow frame. You just throw a flow frame in there. There's space underneath, the bees can travel. Let's say we wanna put a regular frame. And these are deeps. Move this down. These are deep frames, so everything in here is deeps. On this side, any honey production will be in deep frames. So that goes for also my Ross round deeps that I have. I'll put 1 or 2 Ross rounds in here, whatever. So there'll be whatever, and then I can close that up. Close that up, and the bees are... Now, there's a lot of space in between here. These frames, there's a lot of space. They can't get over. However, I'll just have to either scrape any bird comb off of the top of here, or I'll just use it, and that'll be the next wax that I melt down. Or it could be I'll just scrape it if it's full of honey, I can scrape it and eat it, you know. So that's basically the hive in a nutshell. There's an extra space below here, about 2 inches below, that would allow for the bees to move around and go from side to side or from frame to frame without having to go up and over or underneath. Also, I'm considering putting a slatted rack down here, a 2-piece or 3-piece slatted rack, like 3 frames, 3, 6, 9. Okay, that would be 4. So 4 frame, 4, 8, 12. There we go. So I put 3 4-frame slatted racks. I'll have to custom build that. But I'll see how they like the open space first. And they may build onto the bottom of the comb, of the frames. And that's fine too, you know, because I can always scrape that off if I need to use it in a different frame. So, yeah, that's the whole hive. It's, okay, I guess I should say this too. A lot of the stuff that I've done or used or did on this hive is stuff that I had around here scrapped, like for instance, the legs. Those were my old beehive stand that I had when the hives were closer to the backyard. They were on some concrete and they had 4x4 blocks or 4x4, you know. So I cut those down and they became those legs. So I had that already. The red paint and a lot of the paint I already had because that was the same color as the chicken coop that used to be there. So I had the paint already. I did buy some sample sizes of other colors that you get, like somebody mixed them wrong at Lowe's. I go to Lowe's because, you know, I'm a veteran. I get this 10% discount. But you look through and they'll have them marked like $2. So I bought a bunch of those. So I had a bunch of different colors and I mixed my own for some of the colors. The roof shingles are the same shingles that's on my storage shed, the mechanical shed, because I redid the roof about 2 years ago and I had leftover shingles. So that's where they came from. As well as some of the siding here was when I re-sided that shed and painted it to match the house. That's where that came from, that T11 or T111, whatever it is. And I got some extra too, there, over my shoulder. So a lot of this stuff, and then this was the visor and the that's extra 2x4 scrap or 1x6 scrap. Just depends on what I had scrap laying around and what I decided to do with it. You know, you did buy some new things. The 2x12s were new. Oh, in between, I forgot to say that. In between, inside is 2x12s. There's 2 of them stacked on top of each other. And then it's covered with this T111, you know, to look nice on the outside. However, in between those two, I have Reflectex or double bubble, whatever it is, all the way around the whole hive. So if you, in between here, so in between from here down, it's the inside is the 2x12, and then there's the Reflectex all the way down to the bottom, and then the sheeting, the covering. So yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to say that I didn't buy everything new. I kind of repurposed some things that I've had, but I'm not against, you know, buying new stuff to do something different. The chains to hold it up are new, and of course the carriage bolts and all of that stuff I didn't have. I didn't have on hand. But yeah, the rest of the stuff, like I've got extra. Like even down here, that's some more of the PVC 1x6 here. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'll do something. I used some of it to make a behind this storage shed, the bee shed here. I used some of it to make this, just some flower bed here. And, oh, there it is. So I had it, didn't have anything to do with it. My neighbor got a little garden going back here. He had to cover it up with some chicken wire because squirrels are bad. We fight squirrels here. Anyway, so I just wanted to add that in. So back to the regular schedule. Put there. There we go. Put that there. Put this back here. And now I can also cut 2-inch styrofoam to put here. I can put another piece on top of here. I can put foam here. I can put foam, or I can line it with foam as long as I leave the hole open for my bee escape. There's no upper ventilation. I don't do upper ventilation. Yeah, and it's able to close down. We can latch it. Then really, just to keep it from coming unlatched, I just got a simple a simple carabiner. And that'll keep it from accidentally becoming unlatched. So it's gonna sit in my daughter's yard like this. And this is her hive. And I'll figure out what to call it. Maybe the bee farmhouse. I don't know. Something. But yeah, she's nice, tight, and dry. Oh, on the roof, I used 1x8s as the stringers to go across. But then I have this from another project. Where is it? Let's see. I have this stuff. It's aluminum, but it's thick membrane, and it's got a sticky back. So that lines that black, right, and that's sticky right there. Ooh. So that's what lines the roof, where the roof separated, where the wood pieces come together. So I have a piece here, and it's all the way down to right here. So there's a separation here and on the other side. So that membrane goes all the way down to about here. So it's very dry roof. And like I said, we had the worst rain we've had in months. We had four, there was flooding all over Richmond. The Interstate 95, if you're familiar with it, it was shut down because there was water across the whole interstate. That's a lot of rain. I came out the next morning, the inside of this hive was completely dry. So I'm not having any issue, or I don't think I'm gonna have any issue with rain. The only things I'm gonna do is where I screwed my visor in, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of paint in there, keep that wood from rotting, but it's not glued on, it's just screwed, so I can replace it if I need to. Anyway, my daughter has no idea, unless she sees this video, she has no idea this is the hive that I built for her house. I'm happy with it, and we'll see how the bees like it when we get bees in it. And maybe that'll be the next video, putting bees. Either put them in here now, or I will, excuse me, or I'll take this up to her house, close off the bees in the swarm trap there, close those off, put those bees and this hive on my trailer here, and it's a utility trailer. And just take the utility trailer with the hive and the swarm trap bees up to her house and set the bees up there, because definitely I can close them in for a day, and take them up that night and get there in the morning and let them out, and they can reorientate, and then they'll be up there. Won't have to worry about the 6 miles because it's like 200 miles away. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna ramble, but I hope you guys like it. It's just, I know I'm a little extra. I'm a lot extra. I do extra things, and but this one was something I just felt like doing, and I hope she likes it as much as I like it. My wife was, Sharon said, she said, maybe Candace, our daughter's name is Candace, and her husband is Jake, and the kids, Riley and Aria. She said, maybe Candace don't really want that hive. Give her another one. Because I think my wife started liking it when she saw it. So, which is cute. But they'll, I don't know. I may make us one a little different. We'll see. Just something to do. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because I know I'm rambling. Like I said, I hope you like it. I like it. And hopefully the bees will like it. And thanks for watching. And I don't know how to individually thank each subscriber, but I've got to me, it's a whole lot. I never expected. There's over 400 subscribers on this bee channel. Wait a minute. Okay, I couldn't see. My thing was acting up. I want to thank each and every single subscriber. Like I was saying, there's over 400 subscribers on this bee channel. That I'm amazed that I don't know. I never expected it. I was videoing and doing it for myself and to show my grandkids sort of what I do out here in the yard with these bees. And then someone suggested put it on Facebook or YouTube, I'm sorry. And I had already been videoing some of the things I do with my Mini Cooper maintenance stuff. And I started posting those things too. Not as many people on there because not as many people, minis are one of those things. If you have one, you have it. But anyway, I'm amazed. And I just want to thank every single subscriber for taking the time. I know my videos are longer than a lot of people's videos. I don't know how much. I don't look at any analytics. My niece told me I had 400 subscribers. I didn't know. So I don't look at any analytics. I don't do this for any kind of monetary gains. I do it because I enjoy having bees. One, I'm glad I found this hobby or this thing. I don't do the bees for a way of life. I'm not making a living. Excuse me. At beekeeping, I'm gonna go sit out here on my chair. I sit out here all the time and watch my bees. So I'm gonna sit here for a minute. But I don't do this for a living. I don't do it to make any money. I don't sell honey. Basically, I just enjoy the aspect of trying to keep these bees alive and thriving, and just to help the environment, I guess, And then it gives me an excuse to do things like build a goofy hive or think of something in my head and actually do it. Like this water drinking station, which is going gangbusters. I need to fill up my salt water there. But the thing, that to me, that kind of thought process of, okay, the bees need water. I don't want to waste a lot of water. What can I do? So that was my solution. And so far, it's been a good working solution. But I need to do up my salt water there. Anyway, I know I'm rambling because that's partially what I do. Okay, I do it a lot. But I hope you guys enjoyed that hive. I know some of you want to know some techniques. Like I said, it's built with the 2x12s, and I have two of them stacked on each other. I cut a groove in both, and I put a 1/4-inch hardwood in between the two, and then glued it together. So made it like one solid 24-inch piece of wood. All with small hand saw, my little miter saw, and a little table saw, and a track saw. So I don't have a big shop like a lot of people have. I don't have the big flat table saw and things like that. I just work with what I got. And so anyway, all right, that's enough. I'm choking myself. That's enough rambling for today. Again, the video, the beehive there. If anyone knows a good name for it, let me know. Whether it be the I don't want to say bee barn because that's what Jim from Vino Farms, he calls his the bee barn. And so maybe it's going to be the bee farmhouse or the farmhouse bees. Let's see, farmhouse bees. That sounds good. We'll see. I'll run a few names by my daughter, see what she says. But anyway, all right, I'm going to get out of here and just like building that hive right there, have fun with your bees.